welcome to Amateur Sports Talk, where we talk all sports and sports betting. First, we'd like to remind anyone that has a gambling problem to please reach out to the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1 800 522 4700. Also, these are our opinions, and nobody should take this as guaranteed betting advice. Please remember to help us out by rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to us, and share us with your friends. Now let's get into the show. What's going on, everyone? This is Devin with Amateur Life. Kind of doing a different situation tonight. We got me in my studio dealing with COVID in my family, so kind of got to stay away from everyone, so couldn't have everyone over. Got Gabby in on Zoom with me here. We might have some other people jump in, and if they can, I say everyone's kind of busy, and then we weren't able to get together Wednesday night like normal because of the whole COVID thing that I got going. So just want to remind everyone, and we only got a few days left here. On the 31st is when last day you can submit to the Google form and get entered in to win the Chase Winovich signed jersey. So just wanted to remind anyone who's been thinking about doing it and haven't done it yet that to be able to do that. Remember, you just got to follow us or subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, subscribe to YouTube, and screenshot that stuff and submit it in a Google form. And then, we'll do a drawing on our Wednesday night show on the 9th. And that way it gives me time to get everything added up, if so. I was trying to get it done by the 2nd, but I don't think I'll have it quite ready for the 2nd. So we're going to just do it on the 9th, push it one more week. Now, with that being said, watch for our next giveaway. We are going to do another one for February, and we'll start that right on February 1st. So check our social media for that. So, all right, we'll get right into the NFL. With that being such a crazy week we just had and stuff, those were some of the best football games I've seen in a long time with the NFL. You kind of have the same thoughts on that, Cabby?
Yeah, I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of different people, and that was by far the best weekend of football in our lifetimes, my lifetime.
Yeah.
That the Chiefs Bills game was just insane. The 13 seconds drive to field goal, and then the opening drive OT touchdown was just crazy.
Yeah.
I know we got James in here watching. He was pretty pumped about that. So, and then the Bangles, Rams, and was it Niners? All 3 field goal kicks to win.
Yeah. Underdog for field goal kick.
All underdogs.
I was so hoping that Bills would win just so every underdog would win by 3. I was kind of hoping they'd get a last-second field goal to win, just like everyone else. But, hey, it was still good games. It was crazy. I wish NFL would change their overtime rules with at least allowing Bills to get a shot at it, because I bet you we could have seen with the way they were playing there at the end, we'd have seen a 107 to 117 or something stupid for scoring for NFL, in my opinion. But no,
yeah, it's very, very possible.
Yeah. So, that'd be about my only complaint from this weekend is I would have loved to see Josh Allen and the Bills get the ball one time to at least try to tie it with the way they were playing there at the end. To see. Now we'll move into Sunday's games. We got Bangles versus the Chiefs. Yes. Now I think that opened at 7, and I think it's right around 7 still. Well, so for the Chiefs, man, I think it's gonna be a close game. Now, didn't Bengals beat the Chiefs earlier in the year? Do you remember that or not? I feel like they did.
They may have, but Chiefs had a little rough streak there.
Yeah,
so
I think
it can't really. We want to say rough for the Chiefs anyway.
Yeah, I think it was early in the season when the Chiefs were a little rough, and then also the Bengals. Let's see here. Yeah, it was early in the season. It was week 2. It looks like. And I think Jamar Chase had a big game. Yeah, he had 11 receptions for 3 touchdowns. Joe Burrow was 30 for 39, 446 yards and 4 touchdowns he threw in that game. So, they just absolutely balled out, and they won by 3. It was, I think, a late field goal. So, oh, I would say second time around now, and that was played at Bengals the first time. Now we're going to be at Chiefs. I think we see it flip-flopped. I think we see Chiefs win by 3 is my opinion. So, I'm kind of contemplating taking Chiefs down, and then also taking the over and tease it down for 2-game teaser. It's kind of the bet I'm looking at taking on this game.
Yeah, I mean, you would think Chiefs win by at least 7 or more, right? I mean, the way they played that game, they pretty obvious they're the best team. I mean, anything can happen, but they're the best team out of the 4, kind of in my opinion. But anything that can happen, like I said, so 7 is a lot of points for me, so I'm probably going to stay away.
Yeah.
And I actually like the under here. I mean, you would think it would be high scoring because both of these teams could put up points, but I just don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a letdown to what we had from the Bills-Chiefs game. So I really like the under here. If I had to choose a spread, I'm probably taking the +7 for the Bengals. But I think Chiefs win this game.
So you'd be on my thought then, and teasing it down. I get it. Chiefs -1, and then the over/under's at 48.5. Do you like that?
Yeah, I like that.
So
I would go with that. I would look for player props in this one. Like I think right now, like Jamar Chase is like +100 for any time touchdown score. Like I think that's going to hit pretty easily.
Yeah, I would think that would hit.
I'm
also,
assuming the over/under passing.
Yeah, the passing attempts and then passing yards. I think Bengals are down early in this game, so you see a lot of throws for Joe Burrow, and he's just gonna have a bunch of stupid little yards that just add up over the whole course of the game. And so, I could see like Joe Burrow being over. I don't know what it currently is at, but
yeah, I see. I actually think. I think it's going to be a pretty worst scoring game, like 45 points max, which is crazy to say, but both of these quarterbacks are at like for the over/under passing yards, they're like close to 300 yards. So I actually like taking the under. For Patrick Mahomes, like you said, I think they're going to get up a little early and they're going to start kind of running the ball more than they normally do. Same with, I mean, Burrow scares me a little bit because, like you said, if they get up or they get down early, they'll pass a lot and he could reach the over/under. But I like the under for kind of both of them for passing yards.
yeah. I see DraftKings right now has a boost for Joe Burrow, 2 touchdown passes, +100. So that might be, this could be a week that you kind of look around because NFL's being bet so heavy right now with player props and stuff that you look around the different apps and you're going to probably find a lot of specialty ones and stuff. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're looking at these games and stuff like that.
For sure.
Now let's go to the other game that starts at 6:30 Sunday afternoon, and that is the 49ers versus the Rams. Now this is the third time they're going to see each other, and 49ers have beat the Rams both times. And now they always say, third time you play someone's the hardest, but, can Rams finally do this?
I mean, this is our Stafford. It's the Rams basically have 2 states with them right now, Michigan and LA. But the 3.5 I like for the Rams here. I think the Rams just need to figure out kind of everything they've added to their team. Von Miller's been playing really well. I mean, Aaron Donald's always going to play insane. That defense is really rolling, which so is the Niners. Don't get me wrong, but I think, like I said last week, I didn't think Debo could beat him by himself, and he kind of did. And I don't see him beating the Rams defense by himself. I don't see anybody else really doing too much.
Yeah.
So I really like the Rams here, and I kind of like the under as well.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be such a letdown week.
Just after the high from last week, you're thinking it's going to be lower scoring this week and stuff. I mean, I guess I could see that. I don't know. I think I just don't trust. Chiefs defense is all right, but it sounds like the one linebacker that they have is going to be out, and if he is, I think we see a little bit higher scoring in that aspect. And then with 49ers, there's Bosa's going to put pressure on Stafford. Hopefully, he can keep his composure. I would think just doing that, in his last game, and he should be fine. But so I don't know. I want Rams. Did you see Stafford's flying out a
The
guy
only
from Muskegon, and from the way he reacted on his wife posted a video of him freaking out at the end of the game. You know, that last drive that they had to spike it and stuff. The guy was freaking out, and his wife like recorded him while he was and put it on line. And Stafford saw it, so he's flying the guy out to come to the game.
That's pretty sweet. What was I gonna say? Going back to just the Rams in general, if Stafford does not turn the ball over, that team can literally beat anybody. Which last week he didn't, but they had 4 fumbles and they lost all 4 of them. So that's only the reason I think the Bucks were into that game, because they had 4 fumbles. So if the Rams to have 0 fumbles, and if they win the turnover battle, I think they'll win this game pretty easily.
You know, how much do you think? What do you see the score being on this game?
I
You said the under.
It's tough, like 21-17 maybe.
Okay. I mean, I'm not against that. It's really going to come down for, I think, the 49ers, how their special teams does, and, you know, defensively, you know, because I think both
the Niners just held the Packers to what was it, like 10 points or something?
Yeah, but I think that has a lot to do with weather too.
That's true, but I like the -3.5 here and the under.
I'm contemplating doing a teaser, adding 6 points, so it'd be 9.5. You know, just shy of 10, and then taking the over and teasing it down as well. Kind of, let's see, what would that make it? So that'd be.
I think 40, a lot of people are going
to
be on the Niners on this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to take them, as much as, you know, they've already beat the Rams twice. You know, they can come in and know that they're, you know, what they're doing and stuff. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it'll be fun games again.
Yeah, should be. Let's jump over. Normally we go to NBA, but I know you're not very NBA guy. We'll jump over to the NHL.
You want to cover just some other things that's happened in the NFL recently, like Sean Payton out of nowhere?
Yeah, Sean Payton quit. I guess we can. We can talk to some of the coaches and stuff.
Yeah, we'll just
like I see
kind
that
of what's going on.
Like an hour ago, they had just said that Giants have hired ex-Bills coordinator. I don't even know, Brian DeBole. I'm not sure how you say his name. So that was something that was just announced, and then the Sean Payton thing. He just like out of nowhere. Did you hear any reasoning behind that or anything?
I don't know. I just know in like one of his press conferences, he just said his heart's not in the game right now. He said he may come back to football, whether that's coaching or broadcasting or what. He just said he just can't do it right now. So I don't know. I don't really know what's going on with that. It was just kind of out of nowhere, which just going off of that. I mean, Tom Brady, all the stuff going on about him, that's kind of out of nowhere, huh?
Yeah, about him talking about potentially retiring and stuff. Is that what you're meaning, or what else?
Yeah. Like I think he said, like, what else does he have to do? He doesn't need to prove to anybody, prove anything. Jacob, I did see that Michigan's defense coordinator going to Baltimore. I actually kind of see Harbaugh leaving as well. So yeah, I think it's good for. I forgot the defense coordinator's name, but I think it's good for him.
I heard rumors.
Sucks for Michigan.
I heard rumors that it sounds like he's talking heavily with Harbaugh's talking heavily with the Raiders, which.
So
that'd be interesting.
Michigan will be interesting next year.
Yeah, someone was saying that
losing.
Harbaugh is talking about.
Go ahead.
Like he feels like he's kind of got Michigan to the top, and like basically he got to the college football playoffs. He didn't win it, but he'd rather go win a Super Bowl now. He kind of made the college football playoffs, so now he wants to go and win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan's going to probably struggle a little bit defensively with out there a pretty good defense coordinator. They're losing Hutchinson, they're losing Ojabo, they're losing Ross, and some others. So they're going to be kind of rebuild on defensively. Offensively, they should be fine. With a little different offense coordinator too. If Harbaugh leaves, I think that'd be beneficial for them.
Yeah, I was trying to think of who other. Has there been anyone else announced? Oh, wasn't Broncos? Didn't they just hire someone? Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. So he was what
Um,
was he? He was the offensive coordinator for Green Bay, wasn't he?
not sure.
Let's see.
I'm not too great with coaches.
I'm trying to look it up right now. Uh, yeah, he had been in Green Bay
Garrett,
Packers
Garrett, how much did you put on it?
offensive coordinator for the past 3 seasons, calling called his hiring a dream job. So he's 42 years old, heading to Broncos to. Let's see.
So you think Tom Brady's done or no?
I don't think so. What is he? Is he 44? Or how old is he?
Sounds right.
I think he's 44, and he always talked about he wanted to play until he's 20 or 45. So I could see him one more year.
Yeah, I think he just want. I don't know. Maybe he just want a little more attention on him after a loss. I don't know. It's just weird that he would come out with all that. I don't think he retires. There's no way.
I see one more
But
year.
what about Aaron Rodgers?
Um, first, I think he's done.
I think he's done.
Yeah, I mean,
I
depending on what team wants him. Oh, where was I heard rumors that saying that like he has like one team in mind, and if he doesn't go there, then sounds like his next option is being done, retiring, and then third option is to stay at Green Bay. But I feel like
I mean, from what it sounds like is Devonte Adams going to be staying.
I think Devontae Adams stays if Rodgers stays. Sounds like if
I think Devontae's going to get an offer where he's gonna stay either way.
I mean, I guess
That's kind of what I'm hearing.
I could see him doing that, but at the same time, I heard rumors that Rodgers is done. Devontae Adams is going to Bills, and just imagine that receiving core if Devontae Adams went to the Bills. They would be like
Rodgers and Adams going to Denver. I did see something about that, Garrett. I don't think that will happen, but I don't know. I think he either stays in Green Bay or he's done. I don't see him leaving that organization. I don't know. I know he's had struggles with it, but
yeah, and
issues with him.
I mean, I guess from rumors about the him going to Denver, I think that coach that they was hired, he actually liked him. So, I think that could be one reason why he's heading that way or looking at going that way. But and they say at least he has said that it's not about the money anymore. So, be interesting to see if it really is or not.
Yeah, I think that's all I had for football, though.
Okay. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Trying to just read through, seeing if I see any articles or anything like that. Isn't it funny though how like just as we head into playoffs, they NFL switches their COVID protocols so they no longer have to test.
Yeah, I did see that. It's kind of crazy. Real quick for the Carolina Panthers, because I always got to talk about them. Sean Payton retires. If Tom Brady retires, that whole division is just given to us, right?
You would hope so.
As long as they don't mess up this offseason, we could actually be all right next year, but we'll see.
All right.
I'm gonna pull up NBA bets to see if there's any I like, because I don't know a dang thing.
Yeah, I say I didn't do a
Grizzlies
ton of,
-5.
I didn't do a ton of research this week. I didn't really. Yeah, let's say I haven't been feeling the hottest, so I didn't really go through my notes like I normally do. I have seen that the Mavs have been pretty good. They screwed me on a 4-leg parlay, which I should be receiving my. There's a on BetMGM. They were doing a 4-game parlay, and you could get up to $25 back depending on how much you bet. And I threw $20 on it, and there was I had 3 out of the 4 legs hit in the Mavs game on Tuesday night, I think it was. I was so pissed. It was like $20 to win like 175. I'm like, and 1 leg off. It was stupid.
Crazy.
Let's see who's playing tonight. We got Lakers and Hornets, and I actually got that game going right now. Hornets should take Lakers. Lakers are, I heard, is LeBron James, I think, out for.
He was out last night.
I think he's out 2 more games, they
Which I
said.
placed a bet thinking he was playing, and
Oh, he missed the second straight game tonight. They're not really stating how long he's going to be out for.
I'm pretty high on the Hornets. I think they just scored like 150 some points. It's like their franchise record. So that's kind of cool. But Pistons are playing Magic right now. They're down 11. Something like that.
Yeah.
Grizzlies Jazz. I like Grizzlies -5.
Let's see.
For betting wise.
Yep.
Heat Clippers.
Looks like Heat has just moved up to the number 1 spot in the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
They just jumped the Bulls by 1 game.
I kind of like over the 209 for that game, betting wise. Nuggets Pelicans. I'd probably go -4 for the Nugs. I'd probably go Houston Rockets money line. No specific reason there, just because the heart's telling me.
Let's see what else we got.
Bulls Spurs. I like Bulls money line. They might have some guys out. That's probably why it's +100.
Tomorrow night at 8:30, there's the Nets versus Warriors. That should be a good game. I think Warriors take it, but that should be a good game coming up. Let's see, Sunday night. Nothing too crazy. You kind of got the Bucks Nuggets on Sunday night. You got the Mavs versus Magic, which Magic sucks. Yeah. Hornets and Clippers, that should be a good game at 1 o'clock on Sunday. If you want to watch something before the NFL kicks off. Yeah, I know. I'm interested to see like after the All-Star break, kind of how the teams start playing and stuff. Do some of the teams stay hot? Do they fall off? That's kind of when it gets serious, in my opinion. It's the same with the NHL and stuff, and I think there's been some mix-up now for the with LeBron being out a couple more games. I think that's going to change up on who potential for MVP race, and then I'm trying to think of what else. We got Rookie of the Year. I'm still rooting for Cade Cunningham just because of being a Pistons player. Hopefully he can.
He just had a good game a few nights ago.
Yeah.
He had like 38 and 3 blocks or something. I don't know. It was pretty good. So
I was going to see where he's at right now. He's played 10 minutes.
My jersey
far.
finally came in.
God, he's shooting horrible tonight.
Well, that's what he did when we went to the game. He was horrible.
0 for 3 on 3 points, and then 0 for 7 on his other shots. So he's missed 10 shots tonight. He hasn't made a single basket yet. No wonder they're losing.
Happens.
Yeah, without Austin or Colton on right now, I mean, if Colton jumps on later or something, we can come back to NBA and talk a little more.
Yeah. For sure.
Say NHL. We can jump to if you want.
Yeah, let's just talk about a little bit that. You can go through kind of who's leading what. Because there's been some changes, I think, recently, right? A little bit.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of movement, more on I think the Western Conference.
There's 3 or 4 teams that are really good, right? And then everybody else kind of just varies.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the league as a whole, as the NHL, you got let's see, Florida Panthers, Colorado Avalanche, Tampa Bay Lightning, Carolina Hurricanes. Kind of those 4 teams are kind of pulling themselves away, I would say. Hey, then there's a few teams that are, still I'd say not bad. The crazy thing is looking at it, the Eastern Conference is just so much stronger than I would think the Eastern Conference is stronger for the top 3 teams that they have in, and compared to the top 3 of Western. But the Western overall top 7 teams here I'm looking at, all fairly close. So, oh, that will be interesting. That's been a lot of movement lately for the hockey. You're looking at, like, if you could break it down to divisions, like Predators just jumped back up to second, right behind Colorado. And then in the Pacific, you got Vegas, who's leading that. Ducks are not too far behind. So that's all. So that's been kind of the recent moves, I would say, in hockey for standings. It's crazy to see Carolina Hurricanes leading the Metropolitan division just because of it. I remember like 4 years ago they were towards the bottom of the league overall.
Mm-hmm.
Red Wings,
Yeah.
Red Wings are just struggling defensively. I don't know if it's a
Well, you
goalie.
see, they were down. What was it 2 nights ago? They were down like 4-0
Yep, 4-0
in
after
the
the
first
first
period.
period
They
against
switched
Blackhawks.
goalies. They scored 3 in the second period, and they threw it away in the fourth or the third.
Third,
But
yeah, yeah. No, I was kind of disappointed. I don't. I think they're just gonna barely be outside of their, um, outside of playoffs. I don't see them. They might get lucky if they play strong after the All-Star break, but oh, it's been frustrating watching them.
they're leading the Pangs right now, and the Pangs just lost to Seattle Krakens yesterday. So
Yeah.
see if they can pull that off.
God,
Freaking Predators lost in OT. I was kind of mad.
the combo of Larkin and Bertuzzi though, like for Red Wings, are like those two guys can score so many points is ridiculous. Like I think Tyler had 2 in that game, aimed to help come back, and I think Larkin had 1. And when it went to 3-4, and then I can't remember who scored the 4th goal. But again, I can't believe how high scoring some of these hockey, like Chicago, was 8-5, and then a few nights before that was Dallas, 5-4. But when you're scoring 10 to 13 points in a hockey game, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. James and Jacob, you guys should just know to fade all my bets. You guys should just know that.
Yeah,
You'll be a lot richer if you take whatever the opposite is I say.
so yeah.
But I did go 3-1 yesterday or last week in NFL.
Yeah. Well, that was me, like, oh, what game? Well, the first one, you guys were all on Bangles. I took Tennessee, so that was wrong. But then, I can't remember. Was it Rams? I can't remember what the second game we were talking about. I said take the points, and you guys were all on, I think it was maybe 49ers, Green Bay. I can't remember now.
A couple of them liked 49ers, but most of us liked Green Bay. That was actually like my biggest lock. So
Yeah.
and then
Like, no, I thought Green Bay was going to win, but I was like, take the points, I think it's going to be a close game. I mean, we didn't know about the weather, so kind of like the kind of just like, yeah, I like the points sometimes to help out.
most of us had the Rams, and then I had the Chiefs. I think most of us had the Chiefs, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think all of us had the Chiefs pretty much, and yeah, Rams. I'm trying to think of what other was the combo.
You see, can you see the chat, the YouTube chat?
Oh, I seen something pop up. I don't have it pulled up right now.
James is asking you who's your girl behind your shoulder.
Oh, I don't even know her real name. I just got free cigars by buying our calendar, so I got 4 free cigars. So I think it's a YouTube channel that I follow called Cigar Vixen.
So looking at the next couple of days for hockey, do you have any like lock bets? To be honest, I like the Red Wings at plus 105 right now, up 1. I like that a lot.
I don't know. They always blow it in the third.
Yeah, but they're due, right? And the Pangs losing to the Seattle, and then
I would hope so, but again, it's hard to trust Wings. I've watched them blow it in the third, or they'll let it slip and then go into overtime and lose in a overtime match. If I had to look, what's the over under at right now? 5.
It's 5. I'd probably stay away from that.
Yeah.
Dallas and Capitals, I like the over 5.5. And I'd probably do a little parlay with over 5.5 and the minus 130 for Dallas over the cap.
Yeah,
But
I would say a lot of times if you can get it down.
Bruins should handle. Coyotes could pull an upset, but not likely over the Bruins.
Just scrolling through.
Avalanche should be fine with the Blackhawks. So it's nice about with hockey too is most of them are so close spread wise and money line. Like minus 185 is pretty. Like even minus 130 for Dallas, that's pretty good.
Yeah. No,
just for money line.
Yeah. You can normally, like, looking at hockey bets, you can normally get some, like, underdogs, too, you know? You can normally get some of underdogs.
Got a huge flight tomorrow of games.
Yeah, you got Anaheim versus Ottawa. That's a fairly close matchup. LA Kings versus Flyers. Winnipeg Jets versus Blues. Sharks versus Florida Panthers. Hurricanes versus... Man. Well, the way Vegas has been playing, I kind of like the plus 135 for Vegas versus Tampa Bay. Now, I know Tampa's a pretty good team and stuff, but...
I like that as well, to be honest.
Looking at the options. He
definitely kind of like the Canucks.
Against the Calgary?
Canucks over the Flames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. That's not crazy out of there.
Nothing that really brings my attention.
Nothing's jumping
the
out.
The Hurricanes maybe minus 1.5 for the Hurricanes. I mean, they've been freaking hot. And Devils are not that great.
Yeah,
spreads are just so scary to take.
Yeah, I've noticed they finally have shifted them all up pretty good the last few weeks.
Wings just got scored on, so it's plus 190. I'd still take it.
No. If anything, I might take the plus 135 for Penguins to win by 2. Take the puck line.
That's probably a smarter option, huh?
We're gonna go for it. Puck line. I should have took the puck line just a minute ago because I'm sure it was at more for the minus 1.5. We're gonna take that. Hopefully, see that's why I like betting against Red Wings. So when they win, and I'm happy. You know, it's kind of that fade your favorite team, so that way if they win, you're happy, and then if if the team loses, then you win your bet normally. Let's see. College basketball again. I just really this week have not looked at a lot of sports, so I kind of stumbling through the sports talk this week. You know, it's kind of needing the other guys to carry me a little.
Yeah, I normally don't talk about any basketball, so
yeah. Now I did see. I don't know if they're still in the top. Auburn did move up to number 1 for. Looks like they still are in the AP. Gonzaga's number 2. Purdue had a loss, so they dropped a little bit. Michigan State is sitting in that top 10 spot. Oh, Alabama has one good game, and then they have a bad game. So they're sitting just outside, I think.
I literally haven't watched a full college basketball game in forever.
Yeah. There should be a good matchup between Alabama versus Baylor. I think tomorrow that game is. Let me look. Make sure I'm thinking of the right thing. Yeah, yep. Tomorrow at 4:00. So that should be a good matchup. It's at Alabama too. So hopefully they're shooting well. What Jacob just asked?
James said, I know this is hockey talk, but T. Higgins to score a touchdown or maybe 2 is a lock.
Two would be tough. I could see one.
Yeah, I like one. One is a lock. Two is not a lock for anybody. I mean, 2 catches is not even a lock, but maybe for T. Higgins it is. But Jacob asked, more surprising this year, Michigan underachieving or MSU overachieving?
See, I want to
I would
put
say probably Michigan under.
yeah, Michigan's more of a surprise to me, but at the same time, I don't really think Michigan State's overachieving in my mind.
I mean, Michigan had a crazy recruiting class. They returned a few pretty dang good players, and they have Howard as their coach. Like they had everything lined up to be top 5 team all year, and they're not even in the top 25, right?
yeah, no, and I don't even think they're close to being even mentioned. Let me see if I can find them right now.
So
We do got a big game tomorrow with Michigan versus Michigan State for basketball.
there you go.
Yeah, Michigan is 10-7. Have they had a few games postponed? Because that does not seem like they played a lot of games.
Their first game against Michigan State got postponed, so I think it's the first time they played Michigan State.
Let's see. Arizona, that's a tough game. Seton Hall, they should have won. They lost by 2. University of Carolina, they got destroyed by them. Minnesota, I would have liked to see them win that one. UCF, Rutgers. Yeah, they've had a few canceled and a few postponed. Illinois is a fairly tough team. So realistically, there's probably about, I could see them more, like I would have thought, like looking at their schedule, seeing where they're at, they would have probably been more likely sitting at like a 14-3 based on who they played and what games get canceled and stuff for Michigan. So I hope, though, just because of Michigan versus Michigan State, that Michigan pulls up the upset just for the fun of it. What's going on in golf?
Oh, a lot of good stuff in golf. So this is kind of like the first big tournament of the year. It's the first FedEx Cup tournament. That's kind of like whatever they're going for is FedEx Cup, the point system and stuff. So pretty huge names for this one. Going back to last week, 23 under one Swafford. It was kind of a not so great tournament, but for my top picks for betting wise last week, I had Matthew Wolff, which he didn't even make the cut, so it was way off there. And then I had 3 of my 5 that did get top 15, and then the other one made the cut but got like tied for 40th. So not the greatest for betting wise. My fun facts for golf is last week I said the guy had was it like 16 rounds in the 60s in a row.
Yeah.
Patrick Cantlay had 21, which just ended yesterday. Actually, I think he did not shoot in the 60s, but so he had 21 round consecutive in the 60s. And then the Farmer Insurance, which is this week, Tiger Woods has won that 7 times, so that's pretty crazy. But it's kind of weird. So I made my notes prior because I thought we were doing this Wednesday. So I'll kind of just run what I had, and then I'll kind of show because this is 3 rounds in already.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the final day, but I'll just kind of run through what I had. Obviously, they're playing at Torrey Pines. Honestly, like top 10 course in a lot of people's opinions. So really cool course, kind of tough. Like I said, huge names in this one. They had some pretty sweet featured groups. I mean, like Jordan Spieth, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, JT, DJ, John Rahm, and then Patrick Reed, who's the defending champ, and plenty others, Ricky. But so kind of what I had for my sleepers this week, I had Ricky Fowler, which did not make the cut, so wrong there. I had Matthew Hughes, did not make the cut, so wrong there. I had Jason Day, which He's like top 5 right now.
He's tied for first, is what I got.
Yeah. So, that sleeper, I think he's been my sleeper like 2 weeks in a row now because, I mean, he's always been a great player. He just had so many injuries. So, I did throw a little bit on him to win, so that'd be cool. I had Will Zalatoris, who was Rookie of the Year last year, and he's sitting top 5. He's tied for first, so him and Jason Day. So he was one of my sleepers. Was doing well. Had Max Homa as a sleeper. He did not make the cut, and Daniel Berger, which I think sitting like tied for 20th or something. And then going off James' question about Brooksy's hair, the blondie. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But I did kind of like it. So my winner pick was JT. Obviously, JT is like one of my favorite golfers.
Yeah.
So I was kind of a little biased, but I think he's top 5 in the world in rankings.
Yep.
So he's my winner. He's sitting like tied for 5th, so he's still in it. He had a terrible round today, shot 1 over. And then my top 5, so obviously 1 is JT, and the other 4 is not in any other order. I had Dustin Johnson, John Rahm, Ricky Fowler, which obviously didn't make the cut, and then Molinari, which he's like really bottom right now. So, but Rahm's looking good. DJ had a pretty good round, and JT's looking good. So, a few of my picks are looking pretty good betting wise. We'll see if this is 2 out of 3 I hit for my winners with JT, and then was a couple weeks ago I had Morikawa. So
yeah.
But looking for betting wise, like at this point, JT's plus 900 to win. So it's pretty good odds to take. Even DJ could he's plus 2,800, and he's a few back, but he could even make a run. So if you want to throw a couple dollars there for some pretty crazy odds, there's a couple I like. But yeah. So
all right. Yeah, I don't really have much to add to golf. I know we're already kind of into the tournament and stuff for this weekend, but
yeah, it's weird they started on Wednesday instead of a Thursday. So like Saturday tomorrow is the final round.
Yeah, I think I came out here from my fire school class, and I went to turn the TV on to just have something playing in the background, and like, why is the golf going already? You know, I'm like, oh, this gotta be first round, you know. And I looked up, and I'm like, they've already been playing for a day. I'm like, that's crazy.
Next week is the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, which basically pro and amateur play as a team. It's a really fun event. It's like pretty loud. It's like it's on the ocean, I think. So they have like a boat party basically. It's pretty sweet. But I don't really know who's in it, but I did hear Josh Allen just like officially announced that he's playing in it, I believe. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So.
Did you get partnered up with someone?
No. I'd have to be the pro though, so that's the problem.
Oh, well, just find an amateur that's better than you.
Well, I could, yeah. I know some amateurs that are better.
But no, that should be an interesting one to talk about next week.
Yeah, that'll be. I mean, even if you're not huge in watching golf, that's a fun tournament to watch. A lot of huge names. Normally, like Larry Fitzgerald, he's a pretty good golfer.
Yeah, he's
a couple of actors. What is his name?
He's pretty serious about
Tony
golf.
Romo. James said he has plenty of time to prepare for Josh Allen, but Tony Romo's, I would assume, is playing, and he was trying to go pro. Like he's good.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the field because
while you're doing that, let's say I'm kind of, let's say again, not a lot of movement for MLB with the lockout. I mean, I think they've talked a little bit. I think they have another meeting on Tuesday, I'm ready for some spring training ball, so I hope they get this all sorted out, so that way in a couple weeks we can start the spring training like it's supposed to. I'm gonna be kind of sad if we get pushed or delayed and stuff like that. Now, I think they've restructured some minor league stuff. Just a different podcast I listen to for dirt bikes. there's a guy that plays for a minor league team, and he calls in and stuff and talk, and he was saying that was some restructuring going on, I think, a little bit. So I'm interested to see. I have to read up on exactly what happened and of how they changed it, but that's kind of interesting that they're doing changes at the minor league level.
I don't know anything about baseball, so
Yeah, like I said, I
we
think
should have.
like Garrett and I are getting back into it. Um, Jacob, that's always he's commenting. What do you got for us? Unless you want to jump in the comments and tell us what's going on with baseball.
I know. I should have sent them the link to jump on and carry us through this. Um,
Uh,
well, I know theirs is a little delayed from ours, so I'll kind of run through the some of the celebrities playing. So we have Josh Allen. Um, I don't know who Canelo Alvarez is. James said the Cubs suck. That's all you need to know. Yeah, Canelo Alvarez. I don't know who that is. Brett Baer. Not positive. Mookie Betts. That sounds familiar. Was he a baseball player?
yep.
I did see Barry Bonds did not get the Hall of Fame. Big
Yeah,
Poppy did, so that's cool.
that was the Barry Bonds thing's just stupid because they're using the whole aspect of like steroids. I think is the biggest thing of like why they're not letting him. And but yeah, at that time, MLB
Right.
did not test for steroids. Two, they were coming out of like the 1920s where there was the lull of or after like the Great Depression kind of hit during that after the 20s. So it's kind of like they needed a resurgence in baseball, and so MLB didn't care for these guys to be on juice and be cranking home run after home run. So personally, they benefited from it, and so when I seen that, like the news of that kind of pissed me off a little bit. But
Yeah. I mean, all his records hold. So, like, if that's the case, why not? Why do they hold? Why does all his records stand?
and
And even if you are on steroids, you still got to hit the fat. You don't know what pitch is coming. You know what I mean? You still got to be an athlete to.
yeah,
Yeah, you're strong, but
yeah,
yeah, exactly, Jacob. Steroids save baseball.
yeah, and the what was it? There was a stat stating that like even if you took away, changed all his home runs to just an on base hit, basically he still has like more or uh you know a better batting average basically than most people nowadays and stuff like that. So even if it wasn't juiced up hitting home runs, it probably could have changed a lot.
Yeah. Some more. I'm just gonna keep reading some celebrities. Mookie Betts. I'm sure Jacob knows who that is. Baseball player. Kira Dixon. She was Miss America, and now she works for the Golf Channel. So that's kind of cool. Scott Eastwood, Larry Fitzgerald is playing. Colt Ford's playing. Macklemore's playing. Maya Hamm. I don't know who that is.
I can't remember.
Thomas Keller, Charles Kelly, Hugh Lewis, Michael Pena. I know who that is. I just don't know. Bill Murray's playing. Darius Rucker, who's actually he has a college tournament named after him. He's super involved in golf. Clay Walker's playing. Steve Young's playing. Alex Smith is playing. So it's a really fun tournament to watch. And there's obviously some great professionals playing, like Jason Day's playing. Berger's playing. A couple other bigger names, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, I was just trying to look to see if Tigers really have any news just on themselves.
Yeah, I think he's going to return faster than everybody's saying, but
yeah,
I was just looking at Masters tickets, and they're sold out for the next 2 years.
Are they really?
Because where I'm at, where I go for South Carolina next week, it's only an hour from Augusta.
Well, Tiger, I heard rumblings that he's feeling pretty good, so he's thinking he's gonna be back for the Masters and stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't think he'll play the Masters, but
yeah,
we'll see.
See if he can keep his vehicles on the road.
No kidding.
Oh yeah. Baseball, I don't really got anything else. UFC, I did do a podcast by myself on that. Fights were kind of boring last weekend. I was kind of surprised. Um, yeah, there were some rumblings going around about the heavyweight fight that happened with Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gane. I had Gane on, but Francis ended up winning, and surprisingly with actually like wrestling, using his wrestling skills a little bit. So that was kind of impressive to watch, but definitely was expecting more of a knockout in that fight. So I was kind of disappointed in that. The flyweight championship changed hands, and so that fight was pretty good. The flyweight's fun because they just kind of go at it the whole time. They never stop moving, so that's always fun to watch with these little 125 pounders. So, Royal Rumble is tomorrow. Who are your picks? I have no idea.
I'm gonna leave that one to you as well, Jacob.
Let's see what other sports we can talk about.
Got the Olympics coming up. Where you see, what's his face coming back?
The Winter Olympics.
Yeah, Shaun White, right?
Yeah. Yep. I believe they have They originally had him in as a like backup, but I think they pretty much just put him in.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Kind of see him one more time. I'm not really into the Winter Olympics, but I think like whatever the ice skating quick oval, whatever that's called. I think there's like a 15-year-old or something from USA that's like top in the USA.
The speed skating.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Winter
That's
Olympics, I kind of look at the snowboarding. I watched that a little bit. With some of the changes that they've done with hockey, I think for the U.S., I don't care for it as much. Like, basically, if you're going to be on the U.S. team, like, you can't play that season in the NHL. So, you don't get the good players like we used to going. So, it's kind of dumb. And I think that was some changes on the NHL, just trying to keep some of their good guys, because otherwise you lose, your good guys for 3-4 weeks while they train for the USA team. But personally, I don't know. I may have not popular opinion, but I think the Olympics are all overrated nowadays. Both summer and winter. I mean,
yeah. I don't know. They have golf in it, so I love the regular Olympics. But soon spike ball will be in it. That'll be cool, huh?
They need to just like go back to like the straight up gladiator games. If you stay alive, you get to move on. I think that'd make it interesting.
James says, I really have anything else.
James says, let's go curling. So he'll be practicing his 12-ounce curls. And then women's hockey is pretty fire, he said as well. Dude, there's like
James just likes any women's sport.
I'm sure.
Don't fool you.
There's a couple hockey chicks that are smoking hot. Definitely, there's a goalie that I seen on like TikTok
I think
or
I
something.
follow her on TikTok. Yeah.
I was like, holy shit! There's no way you're a goalie. And yep, sure enough, she is.
Yeah, I saw that same person. I think I followed her too.
Well, yeah, I can't think of anything else right now. Hopefully, I start feeling a little better, so that way I can actually take the time and.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's different with just me and you. Normally, we get Austin that has his opinion on things. Here,
it's hard because like
I gotta play Austin's drop quick just to make him feel part of it.
He's gonna burn their cocks.
There we go.
Austin's been now a part of the podcast.
But it's because it's like delayed on like Zoom kind of a little bit. So like if we had like 4 of us in here, it'd be tough.
It probably would be, but we'd make it work.
Yeah.
Be interesting. Well, I should be out of quarantine. Hopefully Wednesday. Hopefully my damn test.
I will be gone, so if we decide to do it, I'll probably have to zoom in.
Okay. Where are you
'Cause
going?
I'll be in South
Oh,
Carolina.
yeah, you're going.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
Which I should just be in the hotel like around 8-ish, probably, I would assume. So I could jump in
Yeah.
7-ish.
All right.
I'll jump in even if I'm out to dinner.
All right. Sounds good. We'll figure it out. Like I said, I gotta figure out. I took another test today, from at the hospital, so we'll find out for sure if I officially have it or not. I'm pretty sure I do because
Jacob and I are gonna be golfing tomorrow at the Emporium.
nice.
And James is a bitch.
I'm surprised there's not like a winter golf tournament somewhere. Like just put your snow gear on and go golf. They clear off the course.
That'd be interesting. There
It-
probably is.
It would be interesting to go try.
I mean, I've golfed with snow on the ground, just not everywhere.
Yeah. Just clear one straight path. Have to basically drive your cart on, so you don't have to walk through all the snow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then that's the path, and you just hope like hell you either keep your ball on it. I guess you'd have to kind of do the greens too, the greens. You'd have to clear those off too.
Oh, man.
All right, well that's all I got.
Yeah, I think.
Well, peace out till next time, I guess.
See ya.
See ya.